This week, one of the most popular team trails in the country kicks off season number 6 on the Big Bass Factory of Sam Rayburn Reservoir. We've got 341 teams on hand, and they're fishing for a total purse of more than $135,000. And it starts right now on the Texas Team Trail presented by Cabela's.
Good morning and welcome to the first stop of the 2017 Texas Team Trail presented by Cabela's here at Lake Sam Rayburn.
Launching season number 6 of the Texas Team Trail presented by Cabela's, we've got 341 of the best amateur teams in the region on the water ready to compete. Getting right into tournament coverage, we'll take a look at the Cabela's conditions log. Anglers can expect a high today in the low 50s with winds from the north blowing up to 15. Bass are pre-spawn with some shallow.
I think the water temperature this morning is going to probably be somewhere around 52, 53 degrees, and this afternoon, after lunch, it'll probably be somewhere around 56, 57, and have time to warm up and make the fish more active than it will be this morning.
This is the team of Skeeter Fowler and Ben Pope.
Oh my gosh, look at the bait, dude.
Oh, Lordy.
I'm seeing a bunch of bait over some brush piles that we're fishing. With cloudy conditions, I would think that these fish are going to probably be roaming. We were hoping for some sunny skies that pushes these fish more into the brush piles and groups them up. But right now they're going to be out here roaming, so we're probably going to throw some crankbaits and just some roaming baits that try to catch some on the outside of these piles. And then if that sun comes up, then we'll be fishing directly in the pile. I threw a buoy out that just gives me a reference of about where the brush pile is. I did not throw it on the brush pile, so that just kind of gives us a reference to where we're going to be throwing this morning. We'll see what happens. Now we just need them to bite.
Fish need to quit worrying about Saturday and just eat like they do on Monday through Friday.
Right. Got him?
Got it.
All right, I'm putting my rod down. Over here.
I got him. I'll just flip him.
Is that a spot?
No, just a little chunky.
That one won't keep for Fowler and Pope. Moving on, we'll catch up with Brian and Jimmy Robeson. You may know Brian better as number 96 for the Minnesota Vikings.
It's been a great deal for me and my family. It doesn't give me a whole lot of time to fish, and that's probably the one drawback of fishing a lot of the Texas Team Trails is I don't get a whole lot of time on the water, but you get to come out here and you meet people every day, and you just have a blast doing it. It's just something that I love and have such a passion for.
Competing here in their 3rd season with the Texas Team Trail, Brian and Jimmy are set up this morning fishing Carolina rigs in a creek channel alongside a main lake point.
Well, we came in here yesterday, and we only made about 5 or 6 casts, and we stuck 2 fish and had another 3 or 4 bites that we shook off. So, but basically, it's just a big drain that comes into and forks off, and we just found them, in this 8.5 foot of water. Putting my boat in 8.5 foot of water, throwing parallel to the shore. I'm using the Carolina rig, and was able to get some bites out of it yesterday, and so hopefully. Got him. I don't know if he's gonna keep or not.
That fish will keep, but just barely.
That's close.
Stay with us. We're just getting started. There's a lot more ahead from Sam Rayburn and stop number 1 in the 2017 season of the Texas Team Trail presented by Cabela's.
It's in our stomping grounds and our playground. It's in our sights and our commitment. It's in him, it wasn't them. and it will continue with her. It's in my nature. Is it in yours?
Let's get down to business. Quiet, you sons of fishes. Now, what?
I'm switching sonar.
Why?
Cause now I can see fish swimming live in front of my boat. I even see fish attack my lure. Y'all's sonar is just history. I'm out.
I'm with him.
Total performance. Nowhere could it be more defined than in the Ranger Z series. With unparalleled advancements, these rigs are driven to dominate. Coupled with Evinrude E-Tech's unrivaled performance and up to 500 hours with no dealer scheduled maintenance, they're the ultimate fishing machines. The legendary leadership of the Ranger Z500 series. It's the kind of feeling nothing else can touch. Power your Ranger with Evinrude E-Tech.
Introducing a revolutionary concept in outboards, a choice. Now with the Evinrude E-Tech G2, you can choose unrivaled performance, superior fuel economy, and the cleanest combustion outboard on the planet. Choose from hundreds of color combinations to perfectly match your boat. And choose 5 years or 500 hours with no dealer scheduled maintenance. Experience the power of choice at ChooseYourEtech.com.
Lucas Oil Marine Products, established by performance, built on quality and proven on land and sea. Lucas Marine Products offer a complete lineup of outboard engine oils, fuel treatments, lubricants, and boat care products. Expect optimal performance from your investment by using Lucas Marine Products. Available at Cabela's.
This portion of the Texas Team Trail presented by Cabela's is brought to you by Cabela's. It's in your nature. By Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. And by Lucas Oil. It works. Welcome back to Sam Rayburn Reservoir for the first event of the 2017 season of the Texas Team Trail presented by Cabela's. We've got a field of 341 teams fishing this week, competing for a total purse worth more than $137,000. Looking back at 2016, the Texas Team Trail presented by Cabela's paid out more than $565,000, including a total of 6 brand new boat motor packages. Aside from the regular payouts, that total also includes money paid out from the Angler Advantage program, an optional side pot held at each event. The TXTT Sponsor Contingency Program is one of the biggest and best in the nation, typically paying deep into the field for qualifying anglers. Pick up a brochure or check out the Texas Team Trail website for more information. It really pays to fish the Texas Team Trail presented by Cabela's.
So, you know, Ranger and Mercury, Lucas, Dodge, and all the other great sponsors, it just gets better and better every year.
It's the best. It's the best. I fished everything. I fished champs. I fished everything. I like Texas Team Trail.
For me, it's just fun to get out here and compete with the best of the best.
I like this trail a lot. Wish I could fish it more.
Getting back on the water, we'll pick things up with Brian and Jimmy Robeson. They're still in the same creek they started in and have just one small keeper in their Ranger live well.
I mean, it was funny, even yesterday, you know, we came in here and we came in, we made 5 casts and we hit 4, had 4 bites real quick, and we worked our way down a little bit more and that bite just shut off. I mean, they didn't bite anymore. And then, so I circled back around, made another pass, and Dad threw his Texas rig up next to that hay grass and caught a pretty decent one, and that was when I said, okay, we need to get out of here.
I think every fisherman will tell you, it doesn't matter what you throw, it's a matter of how much confidence you got in what you're throwing. Well, the good part about it is it don't look like we're getting crowded out of here.
Yeah.
Moving on, we'll check in with Brady Winan and Scott Dean. They've got a limit, but it's a small one.
But we can't really clue in on where the really big fish are, and I think a lot of the big fish are still out deep. Unfortunately, our knowledge of this lake is not that good. We have to kind of try to put together what we can with shallow fish. Hey, Brad, no, come on, brother. Yep. That'll get rid of one of them too. Another one will come. You're gonna get me to pick that thing up.
Put that chatterbait up.
They asked
Smart
me.
man might tell you that. Oh, I don't know. We ain't 10, 11 pounds. I mean, we had about 9 when you got on board with us. But that's all right. You may have been our lucky. You may have been our little lucky charm.
You hitting those around those little clumps and stuff.
They're hitting it with the mouth.
I'm gonna hit you in the mouth. What I'm gonna do?
We'll check back with Brady and Scott shortly. Up next, it's Tommy Roscoe and Mike Williford. They've got 3 in the box, and they're fishing deep.
Tommy, what are you doing right here?
I'm dragging the Carolina rig along a hard, rocky bottom. Fishing a lizard on this Carolina rig. It's not just sitting just right on this spot. It's hard to get a bite of the right fish. And they don't want it moving fast either. They want it slow. Well, we started out yesterday doing some different stuff shallow and didn't work out real good, so we went to hitting some main lake points and started getting bit pretty good. This is one of the first ones we stopped on, made 4 casts, caught 3 fish and left. Then we went down south, hit a couple more. Spot we tried this morning, I think it may be a late evening deal later on this afternoon. We're gonna go finish out the day there for sure. I'm hoping we can duplicate what we done yesterday.
Back on the team of Winans and Dean.
Brush pile sitting out there. I can't believe they're not biting. You get him?
This is a pretty good one, I think.
You get him?
It feels pretty good. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That'll help. Get
A
things
cold
going.
one.
There you go, buddy.
Cold one.
I promise you that'll cold one. It doesn't take much to be able to do that.
What does it do for us? Well, it's
Finn,
about a
we got
pound
like
more
a
than we.
130 something in
It's
there.
about a pound more than we had a minute ago.
Brady and Scott are culling. There's a lot of time left and a lot of money on the table. Stay with us. We'll be right back with more from Sam Rayburn and the Texas Team Trail presented by Cabela's.
Some days, the biggest rush of all is feeling really, really small.
Introducing Velo, short for velocity. Born to drive 150 horses, faster than ever before. Its physique makes Velo more fishable, gear more accessible, prey more vulnerable. Velo from Stratos.
The most versatile fishing machine on Earth unparalleled resolution and clarity, with more agility, lightning speed, and brute strength. HDS Carbon takes rapid response performance and screen technology to an all-new level. Maximized power, maximized visibility. See Structure Scan 3D, new dual chirp sonar, new live network sonar, and more mapping options, all at the same time and faster than ever before. Arm yourself.
This portion of the Texas Team Trail presented by Cabela's is brought to you by Stratos Boats. The right quality, the right performance, at the right price. Evinrude, proven power, proven reliability. By Ram Trucks. Guts, glory, Ram. And by Mercury. Go boldly. Welcome back to Sam Rayburn Reservoir, a 115,000-acre impoundment on the Angelina River in East Texas. Sam Rayburn is the largest lake within the state, and from takeoff at Umphrey Pavilion, it's not uncommon for anglers to run 40 miles or more north to some of the prime fishing habitat. Getting back into tournament coverage, we'll pick things up on the south end with Greg Ostertag and Brent Edwards.
A little slow. What's caught, what, 4 or 5? 4 or 5, small ones. Got one in the live well right now. Basically just throwing traps, hitting grass. We find a couple, we try to slow down, put the poles down and pick it apart. And that's it. Pre-fished yesterday, but we went way north and water up there is pretty off-colored, so we decided to come back down here and try this today. Cold hands. Hands were freezing this morning, picking all the grass off.
Cold hands, the wind's tough, especially on the other side.
Yeah, we've been fishing the other side over there, and the wind was blowing straight down in there. But there were some fish there.
We were out here 2 weeks ago, and the water was what?
61, 2.
Something like that, a lot warmer, a little bit warmer, so fishing a different tournament.
Like much of the field, Edwards and Ostertag are struggling with the conditions. A big drop in water temperature has clearly affected the shallow bite. Next up, we'll check in with the team of Bob Gross and Clay Penny.
Well, what we're doing is I'm throwing a 6 cents. It's a lipless crankbait or whatever you want to call it. We call everything a rattle trap to us, you know, but we're both throwing one. We've kind of picked out a funny color, or we think it is. I'm using a kind of a red with a chartreuse bottom, and I guess you're basically the same thing with a crawfish pattern, aren't you?
Pattern.
And what we're doing is we're throwing out here in this grass and let it sink down in that grass till we feel it. When you feel that grass, just hop it and then let it fall back in there. And it seems like when you hop it, it gets them excited, and then they hit it when it falls. So most of the fish we've caught, you couldn't even see the lure, it's down in their mouth. So we know they're taking it when it falls. So that's what we're doing. And if there's not any grass, and that's always a good indication there's grass, you see those guys, they're gonna be around the grass. That's what they like to chew on. But if there's not any grass, we ain't caught any bass. So we're gonna try to get us a little better sack and let it get, of course we're the last flight, so we've got a while to fish. I told him that we would try to find us one of them creek bends out there we've got marked and run across it and see if them fish are kind of run up on that corner of them creeks, and we'll take us like a 10 XD or something and see if we can catch a fish off of that. Oh, God. That's our game plan. Have one?
Just roped it.
Did he?
Yep, right there.
On the point, just like textbook?
Yep, I don't know how I missed him, but I did.
Man, I've had them hit it, and we've had several fish.
Just crush it,
yeah,
totally miss it.
I mean, just nearly jerk the pole out of your hand and they're not there.
With time running out on the day, our cameras have just one last stop before heading back to weigh-in, and it's with the team of Neil Childers and David Disler.
Coming up on the edge of that point, Dave. It's been kind of slow for us. You know, the 2 areas that we found yesterday, wind was blowing out of the north, and today it's blowing out of the northwest. Fish right here.
Got one.
That's a good one too, boys.
Yep. You don't need net.
No, I got it.
Sure?
Yep.
I do it anyway.
Just as I switch baits,
I don't think he's gonna make it, boys.
With the first wave of teams heading back to weigh-in, we'll put it on the trailer and do the same. Coming up, there's a lot of money and a brand new Stratos boat on the line, right here on the Texas Team Trail presented by Cabela's.
Mercury engine test.
Fuel efficiency you can rely on. It's good to have Mercury behind you.
TRX. The bold new family of bass boats from Triton. 7 awesome models from 18.5 to nearly 22 feet. TRX. Huge casting decks. Massive storage compartments. Extreme Triton performance. TRX. The boat for back-to-back classic champions. Ready to rocket you to the winner's circle. TRX. With Triton, having it all has never been so easy.
Oh, nice shot.
You put the cool in life. We put the cool in coolers. Arctic Ice.
New trolling motor?
Yep.
Can I touch it?
I wouldn't.
Minn Kota Fortrex, now with 112 pounds of thrust and a restraining order. You've been warned.
This portion of the Texas Team Trail presented by Cabela's is brought to you by Triton Boats. We take America fishing. By Arctic Ice. We put the cool in cooler. And by Garmin. Fight your fish, not your fish finder. Welcome back to Sam Rayburn Reservoir. On a day that could be best characterized as cold and windy, Sam Rayburn was difficult for a lot of teams today. But somebody always catches them.
Nice one.
Man, it was real windy. Chicken liver didn't work. You know, it was just one of those days, man.
Everybody's struggling, trying to figure out where they went. The water was in the mid-60s 3 weeks ago, and the warmest water we found today was like 57 degrees. So it usually backs them off a little bit.
You know, it started off a little slow for us this morning. We were a little nervous about 8:30 because we didn't find anything in practice. And I guess about 9 o'clock, you know, we found a little patch of grass that had some fish in it and ended up catching a limit in about 30 minutes and then just continued upgrading throughout the day.
2180, great job today.
Getting into the money, Mark Richard and Gary Osborne made a good run at the Cabela's Big Bass Award with this fish, weighing in at a stout 1030. And then Ryan and Russell Lewis stepped to the scales with the biggest bass of the tournament.
Beautiful bass. Big bass weight. They did it, 1124. Congratulations, guys. 1124. What a beautiful Lake Sam Rayburn bass. Look at the belly on that fish.
The donkey come out in front of Caney, in the mouth of Caney on a V&M football jig, 3/4 ounce, and hooked her. She came up, she jumped one time, laid over on her side, and I slowly winched her in, and he netted her. A lot of excitement, a lot of high fives.
The Big Bass Award paid out $1,705 at this event, and that's just a small portion of the money up for grabs. In regular payout alone, there's $68,777 available. There's a Stratos 189 with an Evinrude for the winning team, and we're paying down 51 places. In addition, $23,700 will be paid out through the Angler Advantage side pot, and an additional $33,000 is available in sponsor contingency programs. There's a lot of ways to get paid when you fish the Texas Team Trail. Heading back to the scales, Steven Johnson is always a safe bet on Sam Rayburn, and he and partner Dan Wilson locked up third with a 5-fish limit weighing in at 23.47, earning them nearly $8,000 for a good day's work.
Hey man, it's a great deal. I mean, it's still, we all want to win. You know, there's a lot of good money prizes in this, but more than anything, you want to beat your buddy, and that's you know, the biggest deal, you know, in it. So hey, great event, great sponsors, great people. And Lucas has been a big part of this since it started, Ranger Boats Mercury, you know, Minn Kota. So it's great people, and thank y'all, and couldn't be any better.
Taking second, it was the team of Malcolm Franks and Ronnie Bland. They brought 5 for $26.42. They'll take home a check for a little more than $11,072.
This is our first Texas Team Trail tournament to ever fish.
We live on Toledo Bend, so we were hoping to get in the top 10 or 20 to maybe make a run at it. And we were on a few fish a couple of weeks ago, so we came back, fished them, and we just moved out a little and had a great day. It means a lot to be going into Toledo, where we both live, in second place.
And looking at the top of the leaderboard, Brandon Meyer and Ben Matsubu sacked up a 5-fish limit that pushed the scales to $28.73. For their efforts, they'll take home a prize package worth $35,000. Well done, gentlemen.
We went way up north. We probably burned 30 gallons of gas. And probably about 11 o'clock, we just said, look, let's go fishing. And we targeted deep fish, anywhere from 14 feet to about 25 feet. And the key to the deal was bait fish. When we seen bait fish, we ended up putting our boat in about 30 foot of water, throwing it up to probably 14, 15 feet, and dragging it off the bottom. Slow as you can. It was painfully slow. But once we got the first bite, I mean, we knew it was on. And it was, what, 12:30? So 12:30, 1 o'clock was our first bite. We had to be in for 2:45. So we had to catch him pretty quick. So it worked out.
And that will do it for the first event of the season. Here's a look at the Cabela's leaderboard.
Let's hear it for our champions, Brandon Meyer and Ben Matsubu. Congratulations, guys. They're the proud owners of a brand new Stratus 189 VLO with a 225.
If you're in the market for a new boat, we encourage you to check out the Texas Team Trail network of boat dealers. Support those that help support the Texas Team Trail. For tournament schedules, contingency information, and registration, please visit TexasTeamTrail.com or check out the Texas Team Trail Facebook page. This has been a Carico TV presentation. Thanks for watching.